Okay, well, welcome to this episode of the Lincolnshire New Folk Movement. Today, I'm very excited to be talking to the one and only Kev Hackney, the legend of the Lincoln music scene, who's been very busy. I understand he was just telling me before we started about the number of projects he's working on with other people. So we'll get him to tell us a bit about that in a minute. But to start off with, for everybody's benefit, Kev, just tell us a bit about yourself and your journey into becoming the musician you are today.
I'm 63 years old, and quite frankly, with the guitar, I've stepped on stage many times and sung and annoyed lots of people. But the first time I stepped on stage with a guitar, with my legs shaking, was 5 years ago, and it was opening the Steampunk Festival, which is lovely of them. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was going to do a hound dog. I couldn't stop my leg going. It was frightening. I got stitched up by Scott McEwen and Chris Hunt. Thank you so much, boys.
So only 5 years ago, and in that,
5 years.
yeah, and in that time, then, Kev, how many songs do you reckon you've written?
I've got about 40, I think, around about 40.
It's quite a
Uh,
substantial, yeah.
it is. I don't. If I don't like them, I throw them. And my good lady is my worst critic, and she just, oh no. And if they're all right, she smiles a lot and makes me cups of tea. Uh, the tea's better than the baseball bat, so some songs I just say, I'll get rid of that one if you don't mind.
So is it? Do you kind of like grade them by how many cups of tea you get? So like you've got a 3 cup of tea quality song, like two ones, and then
You are spot on, spot on. I don't want to upset this barrel of apples, but these people who say Tetley is better than PG Tips, is there something wrong with them? Is it something I don't know about? PG Tips are like the best tea bags in the world.
no, they're
And
not.
like, not.
No, it's Yorkshire tea.
Yeah, and I live in Yorkshire, and I've got Lincoln water, and I believe that. Are we got off the subject a little bit here, Jake, or are we just delving into areas that people are going to find controversial?
No, this is the nuts and bolts of life as a musician.
Yeah,
What is the best cup of tea? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. This is
yeah.
this is what people want to know. The people
Hey,
want to know.
you've been at a gig and you've played your heart out for nearly 4.5 minutes before people boo you off, and then they give you this dishwater in a what looks like a cup, but it looks polystyrene to me, killing dolphins as you're drinking tea, and the tea is really bad. Yeah, and then you call the police and they say you're getting overexcited about it. What goes on in the world, Jake? Nobody takes anything serious anymore.
Polystyrene cups is a bugbear for me
Yeah,
as well. Yeah,
yeah, you've gone
no,
too far.
I've gone
Is that
too
what
far.
is
Yeah,
that what they call
right.
it?
I'm going to go back onto less controversial
Oh,
ground
is
here
that
then.
carry on.
You perform often because I'm not sure if I've seen you just on your own. I always see you playing with Antonia.
Yeah,
So it would seem strange to me to not ask you about Antonia and sort of the setup you have there.
yeah. Antonia, I met in her. I was absolutely flattered. She's a lovely, lovely girl. She's my surrogate daughter and has been for a year now. Antonia's got 4 degrees. She passed her masters last year. She's taking a PhD this year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to sadden the moment. Antonia's very ill. She's had COVID and she's diabetic, so she's struggling in London. She's picked up over the last few days. But how I met her was this girl got up and sung in the pub, and you know when you go, I was like, and it's like I've got to ask her. I like writing blues stuff, but you have to write it for somebody who can sing. Unbelievable voice, blew me away. Next to Aretha, the best singer I've ever heard, and that is not all. That's how I stopped playing at a concert, and Kev Todd had to hit me on the head and say, "Play the guitar." I was so busy listening to her voice, I got carried away, and I forgot. Yeah, and then she came up after I'd done a couple of songs, and she said, "I'd love to work with you." And I was like, I was quite cool about it. I went, yes, go on, man. Yes, yes. Anyway, somebody handed me a tissue, and I calmed down, and everything was all right then. And then we sang the first song together. You know those songs you heard years ago? Seems like a long time. Rod Stewart, it's a B-side. It's a beautiful song. He sung it with Maggie Bell.
Hmm.
Beautiful. And I always wanted to sing it with somebody. And Antonia, first time I got it. The first time we played it together, I couldn't believe it was my voice near hers. I was so flattered. What a voice the girl's got. And then I wrote one for Jez Davis, the blues man, called Running Back to You. Bit of a strange old story, Jay. I was drunk when I wrote it. Well, you see me out. We played gigs together. I was drunk when I wrote it, and I totally forgot. And Jez sent me this music out of the blue and said, "Have a listen to this track too." And I'm like, I listened. I thought, I love that. That's a great song. And I said to him, "That's a great song." And then he said those immortal words, "I hope I've done it justice." And then the cornflakes had gone out my body. Everything kicked in, and I was like, "I've done it justice." And I had to go on the computer, and I've told you I'm not technical. And after about 44 years or something like that, I found the file. Yeah, I wrote it. It's a good song. Now me and Antonia play it. Right. I just explain Antonia to you because you need to. She is a professor, but she's the blondest Nigerian woman you'll ever meet in your life. Twice she's been evicted because she forgot that her lease was running out. So she lives with us most of the time. And me and Kev Todd got together to play the Steampunk Newark Festival, which is brilliant. The Castle. We played at. We played the Theatre Royal. Just me and Antonia. And me and Kev were saying, we've got to get a drummer. We've got to get a drummer. We used to have Ant Thigh-March, but Ant's been poorly. We've got to get a drummer. And Antonia's like, yeah, we've got to get a drummer. We really need a drummer. We really need a drummer. And then, to my surprise, and I've never heard Kev swear ever, she came out of the blue and she said, "I think I might play drums." And I thought, future tense, I think I might play drums. And then Kev looked like that. Then I realised this is past tense. So, "Excuse me, Antonia, what did you just..." That's not what he said to her. So, "Excuse me, Antonia, what did you just say?" He said, "What?" You can imagine. "I think I might play drums." We was like, "You might play drums?" She said, "I think so. I think I used to." "You think you used to?" And we got her a set of drums, and she plays drums beautifully. She's a drummer. And then she announced she does play keyboard. She couldn't remember that either.
Oh,
so
right.
That's with Antonia.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more with the. She is a fantastic drummer, and her voice is absolutely amazing. And I think with yours as well, because I really love your voice. It's got that proper bluesman gravel, hasn't it? Yeah, but the two together is absolutely just breathtaking. It really is. It's so authentic what you do, and I was going to ask you about that as well, about the kind of, because a lot of the stuff you write songs about can be quite socially aware, quite emotional. Not all of them. Some of them are just good fun, aren't they? But a lot of them have got a real emotional drive. And I wondered, like, what is that role of music in your life? What is that? Why those songs, I suppose?
I think most of my friends will tell you they're looking forward to dying because I will write a song about them. I get attached. I've got good friends. My best buddy died totally unexpected. His wife died unexpected. These are young people. And I feel it. And to get your emotions out, I put it on. But I like the oddities. I like the different. I read a story when I was a kid about everything was war stories when I was a kid. 57 to 60, whatever. And this story was about some American Marines who went onto an island in the Pacific to blow the guns up. It was just near the end of the war. They took it. It was nearly over. But blow those guns up. Yeah, they've got to be scrap metal. And they went on with charges. And the charges they got were not enough. Some of the guns were buried. So they decided to use the ship's cannons off the shore. And this guy, I'm only surmising this is all I can do, Jake, but he didn't turn up in the boat, and he must have been a quiet guy because nobody missed him on the ship. And so I tried to put myself where they are in their head. How would I react? And it's like, exactly what time you're going to die, which is 12 noon. So I would write it on, just leave a candle in the window, leave a sign that I can see, and he's talking to his wife, having a conversation with his wife, and he can see her. She's directly in front of him. But it's his last thoughts. If indeed he had any, he could have been unconscious. But that's how I looked at it. Another song I wrote was Wherever You Go. I know you pick up on these things, Jake. You're very similar. This was an old lady and an old guy, and they've been married 60 odd years. And the guy died at 3 o'clock, I think it was, in the afternoon. and the lady died at 3:15. That's grief, love. That's as far as you can take love, and it's more or less that she's gone, and he decided the angels came calling in the night. But the song's called Wherever You Go, and then he calls the angels to come and get him a quarter of an hour later. Within a quarter of an hour, he's no longer. Everything he wanted has gone. He's gone out of it, and he doesn't want to be here. And he's sort of laid down with grief and said, "That's it." And grief can kill. We know that. You know, you looked at, but I thought that was really strange. I just thought it was really strange. We didn't quote our each other after all those years.
I find that those sorts of stories that you put into songs, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, to kind of convey those really complicated, deeply emotional things that are troubling for us, but to do that in such a way that you've got that shared human experience of it. And I really do think, like, because you're very, very popular, aren't you, in the Lincoln music scene? You might not see it that way, but you are. And I think it's for that reason. I think it's the combination of obviously the beautiful sounds that we have with Antonia and the songwriting, but I really think that emotional punch that you can give is really something special. So I would really encourage anybody who gets the chance, when we're all back out again, to be able to go and see Kev. I'm just going to go through then a few of our quick fire questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a sheep. The police never got involved.
No, you're incriminating yourself.
Okay, sorry. Anticipation's not my best.
Speak to your lawyer, okay?
Well, they're here.
You have a live-in lawyer.
They've been arrested. Not my fault, Jake. Not my fault. No, never seen them before in my life. Carry on, Jake.
Right. Well, my question was, could you describe your perfect slice of toast to me? So the kind of bread you'd have, how thick, what would you put on it, how well done?
Brown. When they do that scale thing, you've got the white one that's pointless. It's, to be honest with you, Jake, you're on another bad subject with me, because if you're going to dip your toast in your tea, don't dip it in Tetley's, dip it in PGT. My missus hates it, but I get to watch the football on my own. Anyway, the brown one, but not the black one.
Okay, so
brown, not burnt, no.
Okay, brown bread, brown. Sort of, is it white bread you're putting in, or is it brown bread?
I'm putting white bread. You don't put brown bread in. Brown bread's for salad. Yeah, and white bread. God, Jake, what is the matter with you? You Philistine. Never drink coffee in the bath out of a black cup.
All right.
Never leave pots on the table at night, because you look at them in the morning. It's like, I'm a bit concerned about my welfare.
Covered the toast, right?
I don't cover it.
You got to put something on it.
Yeah, no, eat it. Don't cover it with anything. You get butter on the cloth, it'll ruin it.
Okay, it's got butter, right?
I'm not a chef. I'm not a professional.
Can you name a Prince song?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Next.
Go on.
Which one would you want? Little red Corvette.
There you are. That'll do. And would you rather... Go, you're going to give us a burst?
No, I've been.
All right.
You're doing well, Jake. You're holding it all together.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
You know, my ambition tonight, not to be as boring as Kieran Campbell. That was the most boring interview I've ever seen. He had that hat on, and then he didn't. And it was like, the most interesting point was when he tilted the hat a little bit. Hey, no offense, Kieran. Beth knows what I mean. Carry on, Jay.
Right, last question then. Last question. Would you rather live your whole life on a cruise ship, or your whole life in the penthouse of a hotel? You're allowed to leave the hotel, and the cruise ship's obviously going all around the world.
Yeah, I would have to work out the bar size, I think, first. Yeah, it's crucial, isn't it? Have a look at the top shelf. Is it all inclusive, or are they giving that muck that they give the others? You've got to work it out. The hotel, I would hate to be. It would be like a prison, wouldn't it? A cruise ship. It would be, I've worked on cruise ships for a theatre company, but it's a prison. You can't go out at night. I like different. I like to travel. I like to look. I like to see things that other people don't see. We went to Albania on this trip, and they had armed guards and everything, and said, "Whatever you do, don't leave the group." So me and Anne left the group. I don't even think I can tell you about the day on here, Jake, but I'll tell you what. I climb at really good heights doing my job, and it's scary stuff if you don't know what you're doing. But it's a lot easier than walking to a corner shop in Albania, I'll tell you that. That is scary.
Hey.
Scary place, yeah. Yeah, it would definitely be the hotel, yeah.
Hotel. Okay, that's good. And I've learned something about Albanian corner shops, which I didn't expect. Right, that's all the questions I had for you, really. So would you like to tell us a little bit now? The song we're going to put on, actually, you were telling me a bit about before we came on air. It's another of these songs dealing with a difficult issue that is something important. So would you like to tell us a little bit about that and what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Song for Ben. I didn't know immediately that I'd been working with this kid, but we were working on a building in Gloucester, and then this story came. I wrote it for Let Them Eat Cake, who do a brilliant job around Lincoln. They collect and go out in the freezing cold. Graham and Maz Foster, beautiful people. I'll just mention, if I can as well, Nicky Axby, etc. You've got Matthew Ash. There's so many people out there doing to help these kids, and they need help in some mental health issues. It's getting worse. Song for Ben was, this lad was, I found this in the building. I've had my business 40 years, so I'm quite experienced. Some of the younger guys base their mortgage around their wages when they're on the top of their peak, but you're not always on the top of the peak. Building programs get cancelled. We have COVID. Things happen. I work on the basis that things are going to happen, so that's how I govern my business. There's just me and Anne. We've done all right. This lad, bless him, he got his mortgage wrong. He lost his house and then got separated from his wife, separated from his children, and he died. And my pet subject, he died outside of a locked church. This is a guy who we'd been working with. This is not a guy who doesn't want to work. This is a situation. We're all one payday away from homelessness. And I wrote it, and I do get emotional about some songs. But when I first played this, I started crying, and the lad I was playing with started crying. It's that kind of song, because I can't believe that people on the streets, it's 2021, I can't believe it. It blows my head. We've took homeless kids in, we can't take anybody in at the moment. Found them places, a young lad who worked for a company that we work for. He was homeless. I found him in Portland Street, brought him to our house. We got him washed up, got him cleaned up. He got a job. He's a merchant seaman now. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a baby. And he always had that in him, but he never got the opportunity. And we was grateful to meet him. Learned us a lot. And, these are kids. These are 21. And I'm sorry, I'm not at that age. I'm not insulting to them. But I'm 63. They're kids to me. And all the kids, everybody I play with band-wise, I'm the oldest out the lot. I'm always treated with respect. I love the way you lot treat me. And I am a dad figure in a lot of ways. But I'm also 12 in my head. I've never got older than 12. I never intend getting older. I still think I can go out and play football. I'll break my legs in 2 seconds. But I'm very big on this. It's a big issue, the homeless. This is Lincoln, you know what I mean? This is not Mossad. This is not Glasgow or the old Glasgow. This is Lincoln. This is a beautiful city we've got. And it's a mockery having these kids on the street. I absolutely abhor the fact they're on there. And it can be sorted so quickly. So the song I've done, sorry, I do go off the subject. I did say I would get rid of it. Song for Ben was done just to say, how is this happening? How's it goes on? Yeah, that's what song's about. Song for Ben's about. I've just had it played on Siren Radio. They've done it for the homeless team on, and it's an emotional song, but it's how I see things. I think Jake. I never ever. I do a few covers, but I never sing a song unless I absolutely believe in it or love it. I don't like that. I don't like the other night I was watching this program, and this guy, I can't remember his name, Newbie, started singing Wonderwall. And I've had to explain to the famous musician, Frank Lopez, who is my mate, who we met in Athens.
Yeah.
No, Frank, because he was saying, when I come to England play, bizarre thing is Frank's coming to play at Wembley Arena, I believe it is. Then he's recording at the Beatles studio, and then he's playing with us at the Ploughboy, whether he likes it or not. This is the gist of that. And he was like, well, he played, and I'm like, no. You don't come here and play Oasis. No. Because I've been at so many open mics, and so have you, where a guy gets on and sings Wonderwall. Yeah. And I know the words back to front, and believe you me, I've tried not to.
Yep. No, it's everybody's got to play Wonderwall. You get it shouted at you all the time. So I'm kind of like, there you are. There's Wonderwall. So I've done it now. I've done it. Yeah.
Sorry, no.
I'm a pleaser. What can I say?
And don't look at the stage until you've learned not to do that.
Well, thank you very much, Kev. Thank you very much for speaking to me. Pleasure. I love hearing your stories, and thank you so much for writing such wonderful emotional songs. So after this, I'll put Song for Ben on, and hopefully we'll get to see you in the flesh very soon. Okay, you take care.
Reverse this, Jake. One day, reverse it and get somebody to interview on you about all the beautiful stuff you've done as well.
Oh, I will do. I will do it some point.
Unless you've got a pillow with you. Bye, Jake.
Bye, Kev.
Bye.
This is Song for Ben. Ben was a building worker. Ben lost his job. Ben lost his house. Ben lost his wife. Ben lost his children. Ben lost his life outside of a locked church. That's about as sad as it gets. Song for Ben. can